This is it, boys and girls, the final action of what has been an incredible season for Coventry Sphinx, the most impressive in their history, their all-time highest league finish already confirmed. So the next 90 minutes, we can just sit back and relax and enjoy a game of football. For Anstey, they've got the playoffs to think about, and they have made 6 changes to their starting lineup. So let's see what happens over the next 90 minutes as we savour the final spoils of a fantastic season. Let's get you into your starting lineups, kicking off with Coventry Sphinx. And the big news today is that the side is unchanged, but we have a captain for the day in Jamie Draper, making his 150th club appearance. Elsewhere, Charlie Woods starting goal. We're expecting a back three of Draper, Zito and Nicholson, with Percy and Hayward either side in midfield. Fasani, Redhead and Carey, and then up front, Harry Wakefield and Harvey Smith. Carey flicks it over the back line early. Wakefield forced into the corner by Tong. Cross cannons off the left back, and it will be a throw-in in front of the Willie Nibs Memorial Stand for the Sphinx. Percy with options including Harvey Smith, who scored a beautiful looping goal on Bank Holiday Monday against Warwick. Cross whipped in towards Jordan Hayward, couldn't bring it under feet, and Bernison will roll it clear. Fenton trying to find his way out of danger. Sprinting away from Nicholson, who was up for the throw. Picked up by Carey, lets it run away from him. Tomlin to Brad Wilson. That will take you through the starting lineup for Anstey Nomads. Starting lineup is Jude Kinch, Kyle Tomlin, Oscar Tong, Brad Wilson, Lewis Gibbons, Niall Prenderville, Josh Burniston, James Snedden, James Tagg, Jacob Fenton and Reese Dolan. Throw along the right touchline by Percy, just into his own half. Prenderville off the bounce. Towards Tagg. Sorry, Tague, I should say. I believe it's pronounced Tague. Tong. Scoops it on towards Snedden. Zito with a solid header. Tague brings it down for Oscar Tong. Funked high into the sky by Draper. Carey took it into the path of Jack Redhead, who wore the armband last week against Warwick. And Nicholson sliced it across his own back line and collected in the corner by Reese Dolan. Throw in Tague, being handled from behind by Zito, still gets the cross away. Jacob Fenton, initial stroke blocked. Percy onto the chest of Idris Hosseini, and Sphinx managed to escape. Carey. And now it's with Jordan Hayward zoning in, a fantastic last-ditch slide. Lewis Gibbons putting his body on the line, preventing Jordan Hayward from zoning in the opening 3 minutes. Carey takes it short. Redhead back to Carey. Stays onside. Takes on Snedden. Rolls it towards that near post and hooked away. Redhead volleys it back to his goalkeeper, Charlie Woods. His delivery towards the edge of the area, over everyone except for standing goalkeeper Jude Kinch. Gibbons. Back to Kinch. Calming things down in place of former Leicester City shot stopper Conrad Logan. Away by Gibbons. Nodded out deep into Sphinx territory by Percy. Tong takes it quickly. Tague. And I believe it's been given for handball. Indeed it has. Tague controlling with the underarm, it would appear. A frustrating scoreline for Coventry City at Kenilworth Road. Their playoff push somewhat halted there with a late winner by Baptiste after, quite frankly, the worst red card I've ever seen. to Jada Silva. Woods. Tong shielding it from Joe Percy, and then able to keep it in. Got it tangled between his legs on the line, and Coventry Sphinx had a corner kick which Anstey really didn't need to concede. So Jack Redhead will take the corner kick in place of Callum Woodward, who returns to the bench this afternoon. It's Redhead. Nodded out to Kyle Carey. Carey setting himself up. Drags it behind the net. Well, the Anstey fans endearing themselves to the home faithful early on. But if you ever need to silence them, just remind them of the season that Leicester City have had. And yeah, I'm allowed to say that because I'm half Leicester. Well, all the big positions have been filled in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands ahead of today's fixture. The last playoff place sealed by Worcester City last week. Rugby officially relegated last time out as well, as they fought back to a 2-2 draw at Bedworth. Wasn't enough. So all the games this week are basically just for fun, just to see the season out in style. And an early goal already as Long Eaton United are down by 1-0 at against AFC Rushden Diamonds. A lot of the playoff contending teams have made changes this afternoon. Oscar Tong with the ball for Anstey Nomads. Dolan. Out-muscling the Sphinx man, Jack Redhead, a little too forcefully for the referee's liking. And Dolan actually comes away holding his collarbone. Charlie Woods with the free kick in front of the away faithful, formerly of their rivals Quorn. Smith, glancing header into Jordan Hayward. Hayward ready to strike, tight angle, covered up by Carl Tonlin, and it's put behind off Hayward for the goal kick. Sphinx getting into better positions. Will be Jude Kinch to get it away down the heart of the field. Brought down by Carey and sending Wakefield down the right hand side. Harry Wakefield, not the best of clearances by Jude Kinch, setting Sphinx up for a potential strike. And Tong getting his body between player and ball as Wakefield's retreating to the edge of the penalty area to try and find some separation. Free kick given in favour of the Nomads, and here is Oscar Tong. Tong. Lofted ball, take the target. Patrick Zito standing firm, despite taking his hands all over him, able to find Joe Percy, who hooks it along the right. Low back rate came from by Gibbons into an empty midfield, only housed by Jack Redhead. Jordan Hayward. Through ball for Carey. Smith may have been offside, but Kyle Carey isn't. Just keeps it on the touchline. Handball claimed, penalty. Is it? No, goal kick. It looked like he'd been given a penalty there for handball against the number 6 for Anstey Nomads in Noel Prendeville, but he was pointing to the 6-yard box, not the penalty spot. Tong strides into Anstey territory. Draper, heavy touch. Burnson trying to Anstey on the march. It's nodded in towards Tague. James Tague, one-on-one with Words, is shielded out by Patrick Zito. Great defensive work. The two former Quorn alumni linking up well. Woods towards the left-hand side. Smith sees it coming, but it's a little too high for the Sphinx number 11 and bounces into the training field. Another match ball is going to be needed. Sean Thomas calling on his former playing experience to boot that ball over to the other side. Didn't quite have the legs on it, so Harry Wakefield will help it on its way to Kyle Tomlin. Brad Wilson switches the play to Tong. Tong just gets a toe to it. Chips it forward. James Snedden with his back to Draper. Draper forcing him into the path of Percy. Percy got it back momentarily, but can only find Tong. Dolan towards the near post and side-footed out for the throw-in by Patrick Zito. Zito at the heart of the Sphinx defensive effort. A throw-in just about level with the penalty area to be taken by the number 10, Jacob Fenton. Fenton towards that near post. Draper nods it across his own backyard. Woods comes out and claims it and wants to get Sphinx on the front foot immediately. Wakefield checks the flag and it is now raised against Wakefield just as he brings the ball to his feet. And the free kick to be taken about 7 or 8 yards short of the halfway line, and it's a poor kick from Wilson. Straight to Charlie Woods. And the Sphinx number 1 will calm things down, get the sky blue and whites moving again. Towering header clear by Prendeville, only as far as Fasani. Joe Percy. Used with the head of Smith, nodded towards that far touchline by Gibbons. And Joe Percy catching Tong mid-air. It was an awkward landing for Tong. Gets the free kick in front of the Willie Nibs stand, about 10 yards short of the halfway line. Gibbons thumps it up. Draper sees it coming, ducks underneath it, and straight out it goes for the goal kick. Just the one goal in the opening 12 minutes of most games. Russian Diamonds 1, Long Eaton United 0. In the Premier League, 1 full-time, Chelsea 1, Everton 0. Brighton 1, West Ham United 0 is a latest score. Newcastle 0, Ipswich 0, Southampton 0, Fulham 0, and Wolves 0, Leicester City 0. The full-time scores in the Championship, Luton 1, Coventry 0, and QPR 0, Burnley 5. Only 1 goal in the Championship 3 o'clock kickoffs. That's come from Sheffield Wednesday, 1-0 up against relegation threatened Portsmouth. Redhead. Jordan Hayward. Wakefield looking to turn his man. Hayward. And Anstey want the game to be stopped now, but Coventry Sphinx wanted to continue. Is there a player that's down in Harvey Smith? And I don't believe it was a head injury, so Sphinx really had the right to continue. But Anstey, as soon as Hayward got into the penalty area, started screaming at the ref to have the game stopped. In terms of attacking options from the bench, the most likely would be that of Luke Shearer. Shearer scoring the winning goal at Racing Club Warwick on Bank Holiday Monday, a 92nd minute penalty against his old side. Back-to-back away victories for the Sphinx. Racing Warwick have just taken the lead at Sporting Cowser. They lead by 1-0. As it stands, Coventry Sphinx will stay in 17th place. They need to win to overtake Bournemouth St Michael's, who are currently drawing 0-0. AFC Russian Diamonds at the moment are in 15th place, level on points with Loughborough Students. So Sphinx could go as high as, I believe they could go as high as 13th, depending on goal difference on the final day. So Harvey Smith back on his feet, trudging off the field, and will re-enter the field of play shortly. We're going away with Anstey with the ball at their feet. Wilson looking for the head of Tague. Patrick Zito dragged down in the process. Tague thinking that it should have been a foul to him, saying that Zito kicked out. I must say I didn't see anything of that nature. And Charlie Woods picks it up. Where will that ball land? It's onto the head of Gibbons. Tague chases, hooked away by Jamie Draper. Oscar Tong volleyed on towards Tague again, deflected off Jack Redhead. Draper. Tong with a hand in the back on Harvey Smith. Smith still trying to find Kyle Carey. Prenderville back to Kinch on the interception. Drives it low to Brad Wilson. Kinch doesn't look particularly confident on those goal kicks. Flicked on towards Tague by Dolan. Zito does the necessaries. Headed on by Prenderville. Burniston looking for an option in the area. Just bounced away from Fenton, who barges into Charlie Wood for good measure as the goalkeeper collects. Charlie Woods off the shoulder of Smith. Carey hooks it down the left-hand side. Jordan Hayward will reach it before Josh Burniston. The Burniston able to stick his boot in and drag the ball away as he was brought down by Jordan Hayward. Quick free kick taken on the right side of the area to Dolan. Leaves Nicholson on the deck. Striding down the right is Dolan. Slip forward for Tague, back to Dolan, just shoved off the ball by Patrick Zito, and Nicholson ensures that Tague won't be able to reclaim it. Wakefield wants it played through, and Nicholson barged over from behind by Reece Dolan as he was about to cross the halfway point. Coventry Sphinx have the free kick. Wakefield was waiting for a through pass that didn't come. Now Prenderville organising his troops at the back. Nicholson. It's a short one to Hayward on this near side. Hayward in towards Wakefield. Wilson then's the danger. Dolan nearly puts Anstey right back in it. The kung fu-like kick from Wilson firmly ends the Sphinx move. Oh, two swing and misses by Burniston and Zito. It's eventually chipped to the left-hand side with Fenton. Fenton, manhandled by Draper. Referee wags his finger at the Anstey man. Tomlin. Redhead, a little too close on Burniston there. Curls it towards the bottom corner and spun clear by Woods. His first save of the afternoon. I dare say it won't be his last. It's taken short. Tomlin can't return to sender. Fasani tries to clear. It deflected out off Tomlin, but then took a touch on Fasani on the way through. It's going to be a throw-in for Anstey, right on Sphinx's doorstep. Jacob Fenton with ball in hand. Anstey not overstretching in the area. Towards Tague. Draper tried to get his bonce on that one. It's flicked out of the danger zone by Jack Redhead. Can Hayward reach it first? No, he can't. Great work. Racing back from Niall Prenderville. No nonsense defending, sticks it into the car park. So a throw in just shy of the halfway line for the Sphinx. Nicholson launches it along the left touchline. Smith off the head into the path of Snedden, but gives it away to Kyle Carey, who got his first goal since New Year's Day last time out. Joe Percy. Covered off by Tong, forced back as far as Jamie Draper, but Sphinx are far from in retreat mode. Nicholson. Patrick Zito sends one high for Smith. Flag stays down despite the appeals. Space on the left for Hayward. Smith's found him. Taken on Kyle Tomlin. Hayward. Wayfield lets it run. Kyle Carey got the shot away from close range, but couldn't find the net. Goal get to come from Jude Kinch. At the centre it goes, flicks on with the head of Burneston for Saney. Lobs it on towards Wakefield, being forced in the back by Gibbons. Percy sends it on again. Offside flag raised against Harvey Smith, as Wilson had beaten in mid-air anyway. We've had 22 minutes here at the Sphinx Industrial Supplies Arena. Coventry Sphinx 0, Anstey Nomads 0. Sphinx have had the best of the action marginally. Anstey have found their way back into it over the last few minutes. Wilson lets it roll off his boot to Tomlin. Snedden, back to Wilson. Gibbons. He's got Tong upfield. Goes towards Jacob Fenton, rolls off his boot to Fassani. Smith, too close to Burneston, tried to pirouette away but couldn't take the ball with him. Jacob Fenton. Snedden. Fenton, and now it's a chance for Tague, around the goalkeeper, it's Tague for Anstey, and swept over the line by Rhys Dolan. A chance that Dolan simply couldn't miss. Tague unselfishly putting it on a plate for the Nomads number 11, and preparation for a huge week ahead for Anstey Nomads gets off to a great start. 23 minutes in at Sphinx Drive, and through James Tague's hard work, Rhys Dolan has got the goal. Sphinx back underway. Wakefield collects in the corner, just able to chip it away from the touchline. Tomlin. Snedden. A chance for Burneston to drive on, followed all the way by Kyle Carey, and Carey speed able to beat Burneston to the ball. Burneston able to poke it away from Carey. Dolan, Tague. Looking for another one here. Collision in the area. Patrick Zito going down low. Certainly tripped Tague. Did he get any of the ball? Referee seems to think so. Cleared as far as Wilson, who heads away from Wakefield. Here's Tomlin. Prenderville. Anstey maintaining possession in defence. Here's Oscar Tong. Gibbons to Wilson. He's got Tomlin in support, but he's looking further afield. And trying to find Snedden. Touches it to the right-hand side. And good pressure from Jamie Draper, forcing it out for a throw-in to Coventry Sphinx, but Snedden's gone down holding his ankle. Seemed like a perfectly just challenge from Jamie Draper, just a bit of an awkward landing for the Anstey Nomads number 8. So 25 gone at Sphinx Drive. Coventry Sphinx 0, Anstey Nomads 1. Rhys Dolan putting the Nomads in front on 22 minutes. The throw-in to be taken for the Sky Blue and Whites by Riley Nicholson. Sent high into the sky by the head of Burniston, and Lewis Guest showing that he's not lost a step, nodding it back into play there, ACL or not. He's still got the instincts. Wakefield trying to reach that headed pass into the penalty area by Harvey Smith. A little too close to Jude Kinch. Wilson. There's a travel. Crossfield pass collected by Smith. Here's Jamie Draper. Floats it on. Tonga able to beat Smith to that aerial duel. Joe Percy back in possession for Coventry Sphinx. Now it's with Harvey Smith. Tonga again getting the better of him, but the second's fall to Vasani. Plays it behind Kyle Carey. Tomlin. And now Rhys Dolan. Tomlin's continued the run. It's Tomlin embarking down the right-hand side, covered up by Ronnie Nicholson. Blocks the initial cross, pinballs back to Tomlin. Tague. Stopped by a combination of Fasani and Zita on the edge of the area. Quick interplay. Tomlin looking to return to Tague, but intercepted well by Nicholson. Look for Kyle Carey, but cut out by Prendeville. Out wide with Jacob Fenton. Can't beat Draper one-on-one, but will get the corner. The Coventry Sphinx under-8 girls team cheering on the senior stars. Joined in the William Nib stand by Lacey, Paisley, Daisy, Orla, Montana, Scarlett and Pia, today's mascots. Delivery from the left-hand side with the corner. Charlie Woods owns that one with the punch. Well, someone's going to have to call auto glass after that finish from Wilson. Lewis Gibbons, I should say. It was Gibbons who hooked it over. Goal in the Premier League. Southampton are in front against Fulham, of course, already relegated, but fighting some pride there. Former Coventry City defender Jack Stevens with the goal. And Brighton maintain their 1-0 lead against West Ham. And tries in Mike Hayward, couldn't keep that goal kick in. Just flicked off the number 3's head. Tomlin looks for Tague. Tito gets his bonce on that one for Saney. Carey pirouettes away, but dragged down by Prendeville. Free kick just into Sphinx territory. But the Sphinx are looking to march on. Snedden prevents Carey from taking the quick one. And Snedden told, you know what you're doing, step back. And finally, Sphinx can take the free kick. Carey looking for Wilson. For Smith, I should say. Tomlin's header, as far as Redhead, who sticks it off the right shoulder of Burniston. Sphinx throw. Nicholson with that Aaron Gunnarsson-esque long throw. Winding it up, ready to release. Towards Fasani. Strong header away as far as Hayward. Sliding prevented Hayward from taking the strike. Carey couldn't get on the seconds. Dolan. Prendeville blasts it to fence on the left-hand side. First time ball through for Rhys Dolan. Hayward tracking back, should get there. Has he kept it in from going out for the corner? Yes, he has. And plays out off Rhys Dolan. Great work from Jordan Hayward. 15 to go until half time. We will be going off air at the break, so make sure to get yourself a glass of something cold and get back here for 4 o'clock for the final 45 minutes of football this season at Coventry Sphinx. Really has flown by, hasn't it? It feels like yesterday we were starting things off in the FA Cup. Of course, the journey not over yet for Anstey Nomads. As it stands, they will be taking on Worcester City. Long Eaton are losing by 1-0. Worcester are 1-0 up. So as it stands, it's going to be Corby versus Long Eaton and Anstey versus Worcester in the semi-finals. He will judge the bounce. It's done by Fasani. Swung clear by Wilson, only as far as Jack Redhead. Looks for Smith, cut out by Prenderville. Great marking by the number 6. Tong's clearance headed back where it came from by Patrick Zito. Bounces past Tong to Harvey Smith. Surrounded by red shirts, eventually nudged out of play by Tong. Throw in halfway into Anstey turf for the away side, who lead by that Rhys Dolan goal. Already signs of time wasting for Anstey Nomads, a tad early in the game, it must be said. Tong. Headed straight out on the halfway line by Percy. Quick throw from Fenton. Wilson follows on. Drake Rhodes made sure that Bunston couldn't reach it, but kept alive with Prenderville. Snedden chips it to the right-hand side for Dolan. Able to shield the ball from Nicholson. Lunge in by Jordan Hayward. A free kick for Coventry Sphinx there. Given in favour of, I think it was Kyle Carey got the decision there. It was a bit of a soft free kick. Woods wants options. Can he find one? Towards Smith. Good strong header away by Gibbons. Vasani nods it into the midfield. Hayward. Little indecision there, but still able to find Redhead. Wakefield. Crowded out, and it's Tomlin who comes away with it, but charged down by Redhead. Sphinx never saying die here. Beautiful through ball for Jack Redhead from Carey. It's Redhead. Oh, just bounces off the post. Vasani drills it in. You can't stop him at the moment. Idris Fasani on the mark again. And bizarrely enough, he scored it in normal time this time. Redhead unlucky not to get his first goal this season. Only a lick of paint away. With the seconds falling to Idris Fasani, he stuck his laces through it, leaving Kinch to pick up the pieces and pick the ball out of the net. Coventry Sphinx equalise at Sphinx Drive on the final day. So with 10 to go, plus stoppages, Coventry Sphinx are all square, and it's going to be Riley Nicholson to curl it towards the danger zone. Smith's in there. Gibbons out with the header. Helped on by Tomlin's Bonds. Vasani helps it on to Jack Redhead. Now Nicholson. Sphinx earns to calm things down and focus on the right balls rather than the quick ones. Nicholson forced back by Tague to Woods. The back of Dolan, and Tomlin rolls it down the right touchline to Nicholson. Charlie Woods Gets the hurry up from Take. Swipes it away in the nick of time. Wilson, first to get his head on the ball. Smith looking to get to the seconds and follows through there on Gibbons, and Wilson particularly animated in his disgust of the challenge, and here's a yellow card for Harvey Smith. But I think that's got to be the most enthusiastic bit of showmanship that I've seen all season from Wilson. Gibbons back on his feet and raring to go for the final pickings. If you're up and about Sphinx Drive over the next few days, or if you fancy come to say thank you to the lads tonight, then we have the Player of the Season vote for the supporters. It's now open. We have a ballot box at the Sphinx Club. So just simply choose your top three, jot them down on the piece of paper provided, drop it in the ballot box, and they'll be collected and collated, and the winner will be announced at our presentation night on Friday the 9th of May. It's open to everyone. It's free entry, no tickets needed. We'd love to see as many of you as we can, as Fenton loops it over from long distance and almost as far over. Charlie Woods with an enthusiastic dive, which wasn't needed. Charlie Woods to get us underway with the goal kick. Well, the Anstey fans may not like him, but he's certainly put in some man of the match displays this season as Charlie Woods, since replacing Keelan Fallows as the Sphinx #1 in the opening months. Zito's ball, a little too powerful for Carey, bounces out on this near side. One of the stronger attempts of the season here at Sphinx Drive, wanting to see the season out, especially with the Sky Blues away. Take, holds off Nicholson, finds Fenton in space on the left-hand side. It's Jacob Fenton, deflects off the back of Draper. Take keeps it alive for Anstey. Burniston, crossing chance for Tomlin, in by Tomlin. Cushion to Carey by Nicholson. There's a little indecision there between Redhead and Carey about who was going to take it. Anstey have taken advantage. Tomlin, his pass cushioned out for a throw-in by Kyle Carey. Throw towards Tate, chested down by Redhead. Snedden keeps Anstey in the game. And straight off the chest of Jordan Hale was that cross from Tomlin. I think it's winded the number 3. Hardly surprising, it was a powerful one. Wilson trying to G up the away side. They've already got third place wrapped up. Tague backing into Zito from the throw-in. Burness and Snedden just hooks it over the bar as it stays level in the closing stages of the first half. Woods again, primed and ready from the edge of his 6-yard box. There it goes. Saney jumped a little too early. Burnson only onto the head of Percy. Vasani loops it over the back line. Wakefield was just a pace behind. Gibbons heads back to Kinch. Jude Kinch scuffs the pass. And Nicholson able to claim it mid-air, only as far as Prendeville. Snedden. Take force towards the touchline and loses possession to Redhead. Vasani, scorer of the equalising goal for the Sphinx. It's a little short to Percy, but Percy has got there in the end. Plays it right between Smith and Wakefield and intercepted by Gibbons. Now Wilson for Anstey Nomads. Last 5 of the first half, 1-1. Sphinx equalising through Idris Vasani. And calamity at the back here for Anstey. They're going to have to go so to keep it away from Sphinx's eager front line. Wilson eventually caught out by Jordan Hayward. Look for Wilson. And Vasani go for a second. Just whizzes past the woodwork. Latest scores from around the grounds. Rushden Diamonds 1, Long Eaton United 0, Boldmere 0, Corby Town 1, Grantham 0, Bedworth United 1, Hinckley 0, Darlaston 1, Quorn 0, Lye 0, Rugby 1, Sutton Coldfield 0, Sporting Castle 1, Racing Club Warwick 2, Wellingborough 0, Shepshed 0, and Worcester 1, Loughborough 0. Carey pirouettes from danger in the centre circle. We're going to thread it through for Jordan Hayward, but brought to feet by Kyle Tomlin. Tomlin to Dolan, who got Anstey marching on halfway through the first half. Now looking for his second of the afternoon. Snedden the target on the through ball, but Zito brings it to feet. Can't find his way out of danger, however. Here's Kyle Tomlin. Tomlin curls it around the bottom of the post. Well, so far, so good in terms of the playoff race for Coventry City. Middlesbrough being held 0-0 at home to Norwich. Bristol City not playing today. Gibbons, half volley on the goal kick. Cushioned header by Jamie Draper to Percy. Smith barges straight through Niall Prendeville. He looks on in bemusement, but I don't think he can have many complaints about that one. It's taken short now that Prendeville's on his feet. Tomlin. Gibbons. Fenton's been relatively quiet this afternoon. It was towards him and Tay with a flag raised against Fenton. Just as Sphinx were ending the danger on their own anyway. And Snedden looks over on this near side, questioning the decision. Final 2 minutes of normal time before stoppages. Woods towards Smith. Nodded up by Wilson. Can he get out of danger? Tomlin. Hayward leaning in and forces the throw. Quick one from Jordan Hayward. Wakefield. Smashed out of play by Wilson. No nonsense defending from the Anstey number 4, Brad Wilson. Redhead with another opportunity as the seconds tick towards half-time. Redhead towards that far post, it's deep. Vasani. Not with the same vigour as his previous efforts. Hits it wide at the near post. Vasani. It's flicked on by Rhys Dolan, caught on the way through, and the referee pulls it back for an Anstey free kick. Anstey Nomads 1. Fantastic. Yeah, I'll do that now. £23 was it? Yeah. Do you want me to take it to the bar or do you want to leave it here? Leave it here. I'll do it. Thank you. I'll pop it there. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Half-time score in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. Coventry Sphinx 1, Anstey Nomads 1. Remember to vote for your Coventry Sphinx supporters player of the season when you head back into the bar, either at half-time or full-time. We've got a ballot box in the bar with a few pieces of paper on it where you can jot down your top 3 for your supporters player of the season. The votes will then be counted and the winner will be announced at our presentation night on the 9th of May. That's Friday the 9th of May. It's starting at 7 o'clock. Everyone's welcome. There's no charge. There's no tickets. Just come as you are. Wait to see everyone there. Right, now it's time to make your day out payouts with our 50-50 draw. So get your tickets ready. We've just made the draw. So anyone with 50-50 tickets, please get them out. The winning number is 00371. 00371. You've won a total of £23. If you've got the winning ticket, bring it over to me in the gantry and collect your winnings. That number again, 00371. Please come over to the gantry to collect your winnings. We're back in around 10 minutes for the second half. Come for the 50-50 money. What it is, £23.
Leave it in there, took his goal well, didn't he?
Very well. Redders was a bit unlucky.
Yeah, unlucky and lucky because that was going wide before.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was, I'll say that the little touch it took off the pitch took it closer rather than further.
Ah, it's just a bit of spin.
It's fine. It happens everywhere else.
Yeah. So far, so good, mate.
Yeah.
Bedworth and Rugby are both winning. Left it a bit fucking late, haven't they?
That's funny. Close game, isn't it?
Very close. I think it's perfectly winnable for us.
We've got a few out, haven't they?
Yeah, they made 6 changes.
Have they?
Yeah.
Resting players, haven't they?
Yeah. I think everyone's doing the same.
Who do they play? Any idea?
At the moment, it's Worcester.
Is it?
At the moment, yeah.
From today's
Long Eaton are losing, Worcester are winning. So as it stands, it's going to be Corby and Long Eaton, Anstey versus Worcester.
Did you know they've lost twice 5-0 to Long Eaton?
Have they?
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because they're big rivals. We'll see.
That's really interesting.
They're going up.
I mean, I want them to go up. I don't want to play in the game. I don't want them to go.
You're like the fourth person to say that.
Yeah, I fucking hate them. I do.
Every interaction anybody's had with them today, fans, coaches, players, everything, fucking awful. Trying to get Harvey sent off. Right?
Yeah. Oh, I am going like,
Well, no, it was fucking
grow up.
He was the one who pretended he'd been kicked.
Yeah.
And he wasn't, by the way. You can't see that from him, but he wasn't.
No.
We're actually getting him on the knee at the moment.
Yeah. Shrewsbury are winning against Barnsley. I don't know whether Caddy scored.
No, he didn't.
Fucking up my hacker, the bastards.
Mate, honestly, Mog's game better this time of the season.
I never put on more than £2 anyway, it's just a bit of fun.
So, 4-1. Not officially with it. Oh no. Oh yeah. No, actually the goal difference is pretty close.
Is it?
Yeah. But they'll. Although Charlton at home.
It's a hard one.
It is.
Charlton are on decent form.
It is. I could do with Wrexham holding off a bit for until I'm not working. Yeah. Because I'll be like, oh, can you write 6 pieces about Wrexham? And I get bet. Yeah. Fine. Whatever. Alright, ref. Alright. How are you doing? Alright.
Yeah. Alright, Liam.
Okay.
Yeah. Good for you?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
So, Isaiah Jones, did you watch the game earlier?
Yeah.
That's a red card, no?
Oh, he's kicked out at him.
Yeah,
I
think it is.
yeah.
He's not booting him up the
Yeah.
arse or anything, but
No, but he's gone for him, hasn't
you
he?
don't get away with those.
Yeah.
I thought that was a bit sketchy.
I need to ask about.
I've seen it properly.
I need to ask about the Silvers.
Oh no, I can see why he sent him off. I mean, once he gives a foul, it has to be a red card, but you know.
He's felt.
Tricked over his own fucking
Tricked his own
feet, though,
feet,
isn't
yeah.
it?
There's a tap up here and he knows it can go down up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Well, he's caught. De Silva hasn't changed his run or cut across him or anything, has he? He's
Felt it.
ready to chase him because he was out of position in the first place, wasn't he?
Yeah. What was it 2 yellows the other one? I couldn't see.
No, it was a straight red, but
No, I don't
He was straight red.
Sheep, their man was sort of about to drive into the box as Sheep had deliberately tripped him.
Yeah.
And then he'd gone running up to Sphinx, I think it was, and shoved him pretty like round here.
Oh, right.
But they're the same
it
thing
was-
in the first half. There was something similar.
It was one of them where it was like, if it's not a straight red, it's definitely a second yellow. So
Yeah, he
either
was
way,
on his own.
Yeah. But then I'm
he was
thinking,
going
we're
off
back in
anyway,
the game here after defending so hard for 60, 70 minutes.
Oh, it's gutting.
And then
Only caught
fucking
the last 10 minutes or something.
Collins had the game of his
all
life, and then all of a sudden it's like just one stupid error, isn't it?
That's all people are
That's
going to
all.
remember, though.
That's all it matters. That's all it takes for a keeper, isn't it?
Not going to remember the 5 or 6 decent saves. They're going to remember that one mistake.
That's it.
Problem with being a goalkeeper.
I think you'll be Borough. I think everybody will forget that mistake.
Yeah,
a different
I think
animal
we
at
will win. You know what? I think a lot of people, especially Borough fans, are turning against Parrott. He's saying that it's not a disaster if we don't get in. And everyone's just saying, well, yeah, it fucking is.
I think you lot obviously have a different look at it at home, but
Yeah.
watching those home games as a neutral, good eye.
Yeah.
Really good eye.
It's like a fucking cauldron. It feels
That
like
West
it feels
Brom
like
game.
home now. It really does.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
probably
it's
5
proper
years ago it
atmosphere,
did. But now we've got the home atmosphere. Everyone's back. Singers' corners, fussing, laughing. We've got the terrace in by the away end. The new
We've got the one
statues.
bloke who sits next to the press box who every single game sings "You We Always Get Shit Refs" on his own. Every game. I've been to 3 games up there, no, 4 games up there this season, and he's been at every game and he's sung that on his own every single fucking time.
Yeah, we now have one in the
funny. The woman up there near him as well, and they just both of them every single game just talking to the rest of the time. I just wonder why people bother going.
To be fair though, like from where we were when Lampard came in, to be in with a sniff of the playoffs, is incredible, really.
Yeah.
So I'd have took seventh, to be fair. But when you're there, you want to stay there, don't you? That's the problem. Everyone's mentality changes.
What's the date of the home leg if you finish sixth?
I can't remember. It's either a Thursday or a Friday night. Yeah. I can't remember which one it is. I think it might be Friday.
I thought the sixth place team goes first. Third and sixth go first, I think.
You watch end of the month, I'll be shouting at you when we do.
Oh, do you know what? I don't particularly want to go up because we're not ready. We're not ready.
No, nowhere near.
Nobody's ready. Go up, come down, and take a week.
If we go up, we'll be worse than Southampton, I think.
No, you'd fancy Lampard to be able to bring in a few decent players.
Yeah, but we haven't got the financial,
whatever
power that other teams have got.
Whatever else.
Oh, it's the Thursday the 8th of May.
I think I've tried to get it.
And then the away leg is the Monday the 12th.
Whatever else Lampard is a better manager than Russell Martin.
Oh, fucking hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And that's the most thing. Killed himself.
You know, Farker nearly getting the sack for fucking Leeds. That's ridiculous enough. But if you're going to do that, Martin should have been booted out the door the day he got.
I don't know if they'll actually do it. Leeds.
I think they will. I think it's stupid enough to do it.
It might not be stupid. I don't think it'll save them anyway. So.
No, I mean they'll go down
I
anyway.
think all three will go down.
The divide between the two divisions has never been bigger. No.
That's it. The teams that stay up just get better every year, don't
Exactly. They're able to throw more money at it.
Teams like Brentford have done it perfectly, haven't they?
Yeah.
Never ever been in danger, have they?
Brighton as well.
Yeah, never been in danger really.
No, they've always been
First
pretty
year.
comfortable. Let's look over the shoulders every now and again, but it's not really been.
Well, Forest have survived that first year and then they've just kicked on. And
Villa are different. They had that first season.
It was second season syndrome, weren't it? That was the old saying. Now it's first season syndrome.
Yeah.
You get through the first year, you might be alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 50-50 prize is still here. We're back for the second half here at Sphinx Drive. Coventry Sphinx 1, Anstey Nomads 1. No half-time changes, so let's get you straight back in the action as it's hoofed straight to the goalkeeper in Kinch, and Coventry have given the ball straight to Anstey for the second half. Here's Lewis Gibbons now, the captain, on the ball for Anstey. It stands with the scores as they are at half-time. Corby will play Long Eaton in the playoffs, and Anstey will take on, well, it was nearly into the path of Burneston there as Charlie Woods scrambling to gather the ball. Anstey Nomads are set to take on Worcester City in the playoff semi-finals if it remains as we were at half-time. Charlie Woods distributes. Prenderville. His header collected by Joe Percy. Rolled out wide with Jack Redhead, just kept him. Rolled down the touchline, all too close to Fenton. Drilled on by Jamie Draper. Prenderville mops it up for Anstey. Here's Tong. Tague wrestling with Patrick Zito. Zito doing well to out-muscle Tague. Fenton momentarily brings it back for Anstey, but now Redhead ends the danger. Vasani. Hayward pokes it past one into the path of Wilson, and Wilson finds Reece Dolan, who got Anstey scoring underway in the first half. Tomlin. Tague can bring it to feet. Fenton can get in shooting position. Blocked off by Jamie Draper out for the corner. Corner's kick's coming from the right-hand side. Anstey looks to reclaim their lead early in the second half. Lolly was heading wide, the header from Wilson. Clear as far as Tong in the centre circle. Wakefield for Coventry Sphinx. Wilson able to halt the charge. Kyle Carey, it's a beautifully weighted ball, and Jordan Hayward now trying to get in shooting position. Hayward just bobbles at the near post into the hands of Kinch. Out wide it goes, Tomlin flicks it on. Fenton. Nicholson getting stuck in, and it's out of play, shielding from Tague. And the throw to come in from the right-hand side. Dolan's going to leave it for Tomlin. In fact, no, he's going to take it short. Tomlin. Dolan. Ambitious cross. Ambitious because there was no one there. Percy. Skews it towards the halfway line. Just bounces off the Coventry Sphinx gantry here. And throw in on the halfway line to Tong. Plays a 1-2 with Snedden. James Tague. Deflected effort off Jamie Draper. Corner kick. Anstey in their second consecutive playoff campaign next week. Finished second in the Northern Premier League last season. He beat this year's champions Quorn, but lost 2-0 in the final to Harborough. It's Tomlin towards that near post. Nodded into the ground and away by Idris Vasani. Dolan. Swept back in by Tomlin. Nicholson rises above the rest and finds Redhead. Redhead can't find a blue shirt though. Snedden through to Fenton. It's Fenton for his 25th goal this season. Parried away by Charlie Woods. Snedden, another delivery for Anstey. Draper's at the far post and ensures that it won't reach Gibbons, the number 5. Anstey with all the pressure after half-time. Can they make it count? 5 minutes in to the final 45 of the season. Tague nodded up and nodded out. Goal kick. That. Charlie Woods placing the ball on the edge of his 6-yard box. Both sides victorious in their last outings. Coventry Sphinx 3-2 victors in that local derby of Racing Club Warwick. Anstey 4-0 against local rivals Hinckley. There have been question marks about Hinckley's future. I'll wait further news of that in the close season. Tague. Acres of space out wide for Fenton. Tague goes alone! And just for a second, it looked like it was going to fly into the top corner. But Woods relieved to see it fly wide. If you're just joining us here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel, we're going to make a change now. It's Harvey Smith leaving the field. And coming on is Luke Shearer. So Luke Shearer on for Harvey Smith, what we believe to be a straight swap. For Sadie. Jack Redhead looking for options. Turns away from Burnston. Nicholson back to Woods. High one from Charlie Woods. Who's going to claim it? Wakefield a little handsy there with Gibbons, and the referee is now flagged offside against the Sphinx number 9. Gibbons. Flies in but couldn't divert it away from Dolan. It's Tomlin. Red shirts in the middle, but finds the only yellow one straight into the grasp of Woods at the near post. Woods doesn't quite get the distance on that one. Snedden. He's only as far as Draper, who scuffs it into the air. Snedden again. Now Tague. Redhead tries to poke it into the path of Jamie Draper, and Draper's got to go some to ensure that Fenton can't snatch it away, and Fenton has got it, leaving Draper behind. Redhead gets stuck in and dragging it away from Fenton, dinks it through for Draper, and Draper with the clearance. Kyle Carey, Prendeville all over him, and Prendeville drags down the top scorer. Sphinx with the free kick on the fringes of the centre circle in their own half, and Prendeville gets the first yellow card of the game. Redhead, and the referee pulls it back as he took it short to Joe Percy. Not quite finished with the ticking off there. Nicholson. For Saney for a crowded central midfield area. Look for Harry Wakefield, cut out by a striding Brad Wilson, and Wilson's still going. He's got Burnston on the right-hand side, and here is Burnston. Wilson continues. Burnston flushes past Wilson, and Patrick Zito sends it out on the far side. That has got to be the quickest substitution board that we've ever seen. But looks like there is going to be a change here for Anstey Nomads shortly. Percy jogs it away from Oscar Tong, and Tong just sees it into touch. And there is now going to be a change for Anstey. They are going to confirm it, are they? In fact, no, the referee is heading over to, I believe he's telling one of the Anstey subs to put something white on. All too similar to the Anstey playing kit there. Vasani volleys on the centre circle. All good bounce for Gibbons. Nodded to the goalkeeper's right, and Kinch had to stretch to get there. Did he leave his area? Wakefield certainly believes so, as does the fans behind the net. At the other end, it's Burniston. Zito lunges in on James Tague. Burniston has just gone out of play. And Burniston certainly unhappy with the linesman's decision on the far side, as is Tague. They both firmly believe that play should have continued. So Gibbons is coming off. We'll wait to see the number of the player coming on. We didn't see it on the substitutes board, unfortunately. So Jordan Annable replacing Gibbons in a straight swap in defence. First change of the afternoon. Tong. Just a bit free for Tague. Zito. There's been a man mountain at the back for Coventry Sphinx this afternoon. Across to Jordan Hayward. Hayward somehow able to come away with it from Dolan, who had the legs around the ball on the ground. Tague looking to keep the move going, with Sphinx standing firm, and eventually Dolan draws in the foul. Jordan Hayward with hands in the back. There's more options being prepared on the bench for Anstey Nomads. We can see Zayn Hakeem and Darian Wojop both stripped off and ready. Anstey taking their time with this free kick. A crowded penalty area awaits. Lofted in from the right. Wood sees it coming and brings it down safely. Instant distribution towards Kyle Carey. Thumped away by Prenderville. Percy. Redhead just keeps it in. Wilson appealing for a throw. He's not going to get it. Vasani. Flag is raised against Kyle Carey, and Carey protests his innocence. Well, the decision stands. Front three now. Carey pushing behind Wakefield and Shearer. Front two seems to be working recently for Coventry Sphinx. Anstey taking the free kick, nodded into the area. Fenton. And Tague! Plucked away. Charlie Woods, a man on a mission. Another to add to his incredible CV of spectacular saves through this season. Callum Woodward going for a warm-up for Coventry Sphinx. We could be seeing the skipper's introduction soon. Tomlin taking the corner kick on the left-hand side. And it's gone straight in and straight out. And the referee also saying that there was holding in the area, so the free kick's been given. And second substitution We'll see Jacob Fenton replace what I believe that's Zayn Hakim. So Hakim on for Jacob Fenton in the second change. And so you want to enforce their attacking prowess on Sphinx and head on into the playoff campaign with a win behind them. Snedden only headed into the path of Redhead. Annabelle picks it up at the back from that long ball from last week's skipper. Launches it towards Charlie Woods, and Tague tried to back out there, but the referee has given it in favour of Coventry Sphinx. He's going to allow Woods to play it out of his hands, allowing the advantage. And Fortune Mafosa is going to be the next man to come on for Coventry Sphinx. Charlie Woods. Feints of touches from Wakefield. Collected by Wilson. Wilson going long for Zayn Hakim. Popular player amongst the Anstey faithfuls. Hakim able to hold Jamie Draper at bay. Looking to find Snedden down line, but intercepted well by Joe Percy. Vasani spots Hayward on the left-hand side. He looked supreme in the first half. A little quieter after the break. Goes long towards Carey. Annabelle gets there first. And, Carey ended up on his backside there. Annabelle tricking his way away from the trickiest player on the Sphinx team. Here's Hakim, receiving from Tong, back to Oscar Tong. Tay trying to time his run, he hasn't timed it right. Offside, flag raised on the far side. He just strayed the wrong side of Patrick Zito. And the third substitution for Anstey Nomads. It will either be Lowe, Wochop or Burr. I believe that's Darian Wochop coming on for Brad Wilson. Substitution for Anstey Nomads. Leaving the field, number 4, Brad Wilson, replaced by number 16, Darian Wochop. Percy just stab it away from Hakim. And, well, trying to chip it into the gantry there was Zayn Hakim from the header from Josh Burneston. And Coventry Sphinx now ready to make 2 changes. Are they going to make them now? Yes, they are. So Woodward and Mafosa on for Fasani and Redhead. Like-for-like changes in central midfield. And Sphinx encased on the edge of the penalty area there, but couldn't find a way for a sea of red. Eventually bobbles out for a goal kick, which Kinch will take. Out short to Wochop. Lofted towards Hakim. Hakim's header. Headed on in the centre circle by Woodward. There's a push on Wakefield there from behind by Annabelle. The referee has actually given it against Wakefield for leaning in on Annabelle. Slightly harsh if you ask me. Another substitution. Here's a flurry of substitutions at Sphinx Drive. The next one coming up for Anstey. It's Niall Prendeville leaving the field. It will either be Drew Lowe or Josh Burr coming on. That's Drew Lowe who's come on. Substitution for Coventry Sphinx. Please show your appreciation for number 3, Jordan Hayward. Replaced by number 17, Ryan Newey. So Newey pushing a little further up. And it looks like Sphinx are going to a back 4 with Nicholson slotting in at left back. Shearer in, heavy-handed with that challenge. Referee says nothing doing. It's slotted towards Hakeem with a goal at his mercy. He just had to hit it straight. But Hakeem got his measurements off. One change of piece left. Anstey going to make their last one now. That's for Tong down the left-hand side. And Tong across the face of goal, looking for Hakeem. Nicholson does the necessaries and finds Kyle Carey. And a free kick given in favour of the Sphinx. Free kick on the edge of the area to Coventry Sphinx. 19 minutes of normal time to go. Coventry Sphinx 1, Anstey Nomads 1. A fitting way to see the season now. Coventry Sphinx holding higher positioned opposition at home. They've not had the best of home seasons of Coventry Sphinx, but they've given everything they've got this afternoon. Shearer getting down and dirty. And Carey in from the left-hand side. Kyle Carey to give Coventry Sphinx the lead! Oh, just tracks it wide! Carey looking for his second goal in as many games. There looked to be nothing that Jude Kinch could do. It just bounced past the far post. Kinch. Burns on the left-hand side, beaten mid-air by Percy. Tong looks for Hakeem up front. Draper forcing his way into the back of Hakeem, has done his best to take him off the ball. Mafosa collects the seconds. Nicholson. Pass to Shear was a little short. Dolan. Poor control on the far side. Sphinx with the throw-in. They wanted to make the change there, but they're taking the throw a little quicker than the Sphinx coaching team anticipated. Here's Fortune Mafosa. Woodward on the halfway line. Nicholson chips it towards Wakefield. Flag stays down despite a screaming Annabelle. Wakefield crowded out. Nicholson beaten by Tomlin. That surely bounced off the arm there, Tomlin. Referee says no. Zain Hakeem, right side of the area. It's a simple clearance for Jamie Draper. Low to Kyle Tomlin. Charged down by Nicholson, that cross. Shearer. And Kinch, it's poor control out of his goal. Harry Wakefield keeps trying to get back into his penalty area and does, with a lot of help from Jordan Annabelle holding Wakefield at bay. Nicholson takes a tumble in the background. And up front, Carey finds Rowan Nui. Nui looking to cut in. Wochop holds him off and runs it into touch. Carey. Look for Rowan Nui, too simple for Tong. Hakeem, hand on the shoulder from Draper. Halting the run of Hakeem, and now has to look for options behind. Snedden slices it out and curtails the Anstey stride. And the last change coming, Joe Blowers on for Harry Wakefield. Blowers on for Harry Wakefield. Luke Shearer will take over the striking mantle for the rest of the game. It is towards Luke Shearer from Woodward. Annabelle nods across. Wochop. Looks at Burniston. Nodded down by Percy. Throwing just shy of the area for Anstey Nomads. Tong to Burniston. Rolls off his chest and behind, and Draper sends it over the neighbour's fence. And there's seems to be an issue here with the goalkeeper. And there is indeed Jude Kinch. Seems to have strained something. Could well have been in that exchange. He tried to launch it away from his penalty area and had to race back. And of course, Anstey have used all their changes, and despite that fact, there weren't any goalkeepers on the bench anyway. Conrad Logan only there as a coach today. Bit of the old magic spray usually works. We'll see if it does the trick for Kinch. "13 minutes to go, plus stoppages. Sphinx 1, Anstey 1. And this is the final day of the Northern Premier League season. Low, dispossessed from behind by his opposite substitute in Mafosa. Woodward looked like a great ball for Joe Blowers, but I think Shearer just took it away from him. Collected the back by Annabelle. Tomlin. Slightly short to Hakeem. Woodward prevents him from going out for the corner. Nicholson. Urged to get rid, and does so, despite the pressure of Dolan. It's out for the throw-in. Coventry Sphinx have the ball in their own backyard. Shearer. All the way from Blowers, tries as he might to get back on the ball. It's flung clear by Anstey and into the penalty area for Charlie Woods to gather. Both sides at the moment seem rather content with the points. That's going to the last 10 minutes. Woods. Towards Shearer, Wochop. Headed out of danger, and Nui sent halfway to China there. The two number 17s going head to head, and it was Josh Burr in the back of Rowan Nui, giving away a needless free kick for Anstey. Callum Woodward with the free kick from the right-hand side. You had to question, is Kinch going to be up to the task after that injury scare? It's towards Mafosa. Mafosa felt that he was fouled mid-air. Referee doesn't want to know. Tomlin. Up to Snedden. Couldn't bring it to feet, but now striding on is Tomlin. Back to Snedden. Dolan. Snedden again. Neat move from Anstey. Flashes past the face of Hakeem. And out the other side. Goal kick for Coventry Sphinx. Let's take this opportunity to look through the current scores in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. AFC Rushden Diamonds 1, Long Eaton United 0, Boldmere 0, Corby Town 2, Grantham 1, Bedworth United 6. Not the way that Grantham wanted to say goodbye to Step 4. Really the hallmarks of a disastrous season for the Gingerbreads. Hinkley 1, Darlaston 1, Quorn 1, Lye 0 as we say goodbye to Quorn. They're heading up to Step 3 as champions. Rugby 2, Sutton Coldfield 0. Rugby also relegated, left that victory a little too late. Sporting Calster have fought back against Warwick. They're leading 3-2 against Racing Club Warwick. It's 1-1 between Wellingborough and Shepshed, and Worcester City 2-0 leaders against Loughborough Students. Rather soft free kick given against Fortune Mafosa there as Burr received a little nick from behind. Last 10 minutes of the season. What those tears away, guys. We'll be back in August. Tomlin. On the touchline with Annabelle. Wochop. Plenty of time on the ball. Here's Josh Burniston. Switch of the play, and well, it's straight to no man's land really from Josh Burniston, and out in front of the William Nib stand, halfway into Sphinx turf. Nicholson with the long throw will get the Sky Blue and Whites out of danger. Nicholson over the head of Mafosa, perfectly waited for Shearer, who can only control it into the path of Burr. Flicked on by Hakeem. Burniston trying to put Joe Percy under pressure, and Percy backing into his fellow number 7 to shield Charlie Woods. Woods gathers and plays it off the deck. Carey the target. Header away by Drew Lowe. Tong. Swept on by Patrick Zito. And the two number 15s going head to head. It's Annabelle who gets the header clear of Joe Blowers. Annabelle gets it back from Kyle Tomlin. Mafosa with the interception in the midfield. Slices it across the field of play, and it's just kept in by Tong in a race against Nui, and Nui winning that one by a country mile. And launched towards this near side by Charlie Woods. Snedden heads it straight out. Percy wants options. He Sphinx right back, last season's player of the year. Will he maintain that particular mantle on the awards night? It's Burniston trying to play Hakeem through over the back line. Draper's header collected by Reece Dolan. In from the side was Callum Woodward. Throw in, knocking on the Sphinx door outside the penalty area. Hakeem skips over the head of Burniston. And Burniston trying to say it should be an Anstey throw. I'm not entirely sure how. Percy towards Shearer. It's gone off the back of Tong. Burniston follows on for Hakeem, and he should get there ahead of Jamie Draper, but will he get there before it goes out? It looked to me as if it had gone out, but Draper has got onto the seconds anyway, turns away from Hakeem and blasts it out of Burniston for a Sphinx throw. Anstey want to win their final regular season match, and they're pushing on towards the Sphinx net in the closing stages, but Coventry standing firm. Much improved defensive record on last year. Percy, glancing header by Nui. Burr with the interception for Anstey. Nicholson with his hands all over Reece Dolan. Clear-cut free kick for Anstey, halfway between box and centre circle. And Fortune Mafosa blocks the attempted quick free kick, and he's going to get a yellow card. Mafosa trying to say that there was not very much he could do to get out of the way. The referee pointing out he shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. By Snedden. Annabelle on the ball. Burr. Blocked by a sprawling Rolly Nicholson. Carey looking to use his pace. Drags it back for Callum Woodward. Nui. Blows once it played through. Oh, and just getting his boot to it was Wochop. Slide in by Callum Woodward, and Woodward hanging onto the leg there of Wochop. Free kick given against Coventry Sphinx. Textbook Callum Woodward. Always wears his heart on his sleeve. He felt that he was trodden on by Darian Wochop, and was unhappy with the reaction as well to the infringement as he saw it. Last 4 minutes of the season here at Sphinx Drive. It's still 1-1 between Sphinx and Anstey. Will it remain that way? Woods chasing that ball and has to fire it out for a throw as it just bounced outside his area. Put under pressure by Rhys Dolan, who feels like a lifetime ago now put Anstey in front on 22 minutes. And Callum Woodward there has got a yellow card for his conduct towards the referee, I believe. Still unhappy that that free kick wasn't given in his favour. And there's actually a ball on the pitch while Tong is ready to take the throw in, so Rowan Nui is going to play it out. Tong, Snedden, back to Tong. Dolan at the far post, and he got his head to the ball, but not before it had crossed the line. Woods lining up another goal kick. It's not been the prettiest of second halves, not much in the way of opportunities. But Coventry Sphinx are playing safe in the knowledge of their step 4 status for another season. Anstey with bigger priorities, you have to feel. Nui, has he timed his run? No, he hasn't. Kyle Carey spotting Nui in acres of space, but usually there's a reason you've got so much space. Wochop at the back for Anstey. Hooks it on towards Hakeem, nodded across his own back line by Percy. But Burr is onto it, tripped by Patrick Zito, ran across the former Villa youngster's path. And Anstey have a chance to win it in the last couple of minutes. Certainly in shooting position. Plenty of Anstey players fancy it. The most likely option looks to be Jordan Annable. Snedden and Dolan in support. Sphinx keeping 2 up, stacking everyone else back. Dolan or Annable. It's going to be Dolan. Well over in the end. Rather anticlimactic. As seconds tick away towards the end of a thrilling season. Anstey at the moment set to play Worcester City. Charlie Woods towards Mafosa, Shearer. Joe Blowers gets himself some separation, and striding on Joe Blowers, hits the deck in the area, referee unmoved. See, ran into the chest of Jordan Annable. Launched a foot towards Hakeem. Prodded out of play by Patrick Zito, thrown in front of the home dugout for Anstey, and it's one they can't take advantage of. Return ball to Tomlin, straight out in virtually the same position. Nicholson. And Mafosa is looking to glance it onto Luke Shearer, but heads it out in front of the away fans in the terrace stand. Collision of heads, it appears, there between Dolan and Nicholson. Of course, it being a head injury, the referee instantly calls a halt to the game. Remember, Ryan Nicholson started the season with a particularly nasty facial injury, suffered at a pre-season game. Took him a while to find his way back into the starting lineup. Let's credit to him, as soon as he was cleared by the doctors, he was straight back in training. And Reece Dolan still feeling the effects there. So, from the question of who had the harder head, I think the answer is Riley. We are now into added time. We've had 2 minutes of it. We've not been told how much there will be. They've not been too much in the way of stoppages. I'd say 3 minutes at a maximum. Woodward tries to divert it away from Dolan, but the number 11's got on the end of it. Barged out of play by Nicholson. Certainly up there for man of the match. Nicholson's throw. Anstey still on the search for that winning goal. Mafosa to Woodward. Crucial header down into the dirt by Wojciech, but Blowers looks for Luke Shearer, battling with Annabelle. Shearer maintains the ball. Annabelle lunges in, and it was like Ringa Rosie there. Shearer went round and round trying to find a way to get the ball back of Annabelle. Free kick given in favour of Anstey, immediately launched forward towards Hakeem, who hasn't really figured in the game since he's come on. Unfortunately, Mafosa takes a tumble after being hacked down from behind. Referee checks the watch. And the final whistle is coming. Charlie Woods with a couple of stretches before what will surely be the final move of a long and arduous campaign. Woods towards Mafosa. Little shove in the back. Rowan Nui collects. Can Sphinx end the season on a real high? Taking it all the way into the corner. Rowan Nui gets the throw. And Nicholson urged to come up and take it. What a way this would be to end the season with a last-minute winner. Imagine a hat-trick of wins in the final 3 games. What a way that would be to see the year out. Nicholson, not aware of the near post. Blowers tries to keep it alive. The referee brings the whistle to his lips. And season 24-25 is officially consigned to the history books. The final whistle marks the end of a fantastic 9 months of action here at Sphinx Drive. But there's no rest for the weary. The hard work begins all over again for the Sky Blue and White management as preparations begin almost instantly for the 25-26 campaign. We'll be there to cover every single minute just the way we had this year. And we thank all of you for being on this incredible journey with us. The final score on the final day of the Pitching In Northern Premier League Midlands season. Coventry Sphinx 1, Anstey Nomads 1. From everyone here at Coventry Sphinx, thank you so much for your support throughout the season. We'll see you next year.